Coast FM 963. You're on Raw and More. Angus Hamill with you as always between 7 and 9 p.m. The Magnificente after show with great vibes and great guys. And yes, I did say guys because as always, I am not alone. I'm being joined in the studio right now by some of the best to have ever done it, in my opinion at least. Firstly, sitting straight across from me wearing beautiful Coast FM merch, Mr. James O'Brien. How are you going today, sir?
Yeah, I'm going good. Thanks, Angus.
That's good to hear. And to my left, we have Mr. Jacques Mercier, as they say in French. Fun fact.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, that's your name in French. Jacques Mercier.
Yeah, I'm doing good, man. How about you?
Very well. Awesome. Lovely to see you. Brando Macmillan is also with us. How are you going, Brando?
Good. Not a huge fan of sharing the mic with Steve, but...
Hey, we have to make you guys get along. It's exposure therapy.
It's either that or get you to wear the shirt.
That's right. And the shirt does not say I'm with stupid on it, by the way.
It's the get along shirt.
Yeah, the get along. And in the middle, finally, to bring it home, we have Mr. Stephen Wheatley. Now, I'll start with you, Steve. You've come in nice and early tonight because not only are you on Raw and More with us this evening, but you had a really cool interview as part of Raw Youth Disability Radio, celebrating 25 years since the Sydney Olympics and Paralympics, and you got the chance to have a chat with Troy King, who represented Australia. How was that experience for you, sir?
It was actually really good, mate. And good evening, by the way, Coasties, wherever you're listening through all around the Central Coast tonight. It was actually really good. I actually did not know Troy was part of the Sydney Olympics until I was at Nationals this year.
Oh, there you go. And how did that come up that you found out that he was a member of, like, such an esteemed occasion?
So, found out about it through the New South Wales coach because of when we were doing all the Welcome to Country and all that, and we were sort of going through a bit of the history of when the Australian Championship started and because I believe also where we were at, the King's College there in North Parramatta was being also used for some of the facilities for some of the teams from the Olympics back then.
Oh, there you go. I had no idea. So that would have been quite a trip down memory lane for him. And I mean, I guess if it wasn't revealed to you guys on the team, do you reckon he meant to do that? Like it was something he wanted to keep hidden from everyone, or was it something, do you reckon he just like forgot to mention?
Oh, could have been both.
Yeah, I'm like that at times too. James O'Brien, we'll get more into something you did on the weekend shortly, but how was your weekend, man?
Yeah, it's gone all right, Ashley.
Yeah,
I
nice.
worked on Saturday, it was Sunday, I didn't have a shift, so I chilled with the boys.
You sure did. We'll hear more about that very shortly. Mercer, how was your weekend?
I did absolutely bugger all, mate, so it was awesome.
We love that. We love a chill weekend. And Brando, did you get up to anything exciting?
Nothing too crazy, but bit of a updates on my week. My parents went to Cairns for Mum's birthday, a bit of a holiday, if you will, up in Queensland to catch up with family and whatnot. And they came back around Sunday. I picked them up from Wyong train station and we had a cake and everything and sang the song, so that was good.
Oh, lovely. Cairns, that's a long way north. That's well past Newcastle. Can you imagine going up that far?
No, it's not far enough, mate.
Brando only holidays in Papua New Guinea, we've just found out. Well, we started off right there speaking of the celebration of 25 years since the Sydney Paralympics with the song that topped the Hottest 100 of 2000, 25 years ago, Powderfinger with My Happiness. And we're fast forwarding to another anniversary we talked about on Raw this evening with our first song, well and truly right now we're hearing... Yeah, Central Coast Indie Rockers Winterborn with their 2020 minor local hit single. This one is called Long Distance Runner. Sing it, James.
Sing what?
Let's not bleed anyone's eardrums right now.
Yeah, with how good we sound on Coast FM 963. You're on Raw and More. Ango and the Rawsome team with you, celebrating Oz Music Month with nothing but fantastic tunes, which means, unfortunately for Steve, no Maroon 5.
Oh, no. I'm so disappointed.
Not the Maroon 5 super fan.
Not him in the flesh. That right there was legendary Aussie indie rockers Gang of Youths with their 2022 hit single In the Wake of Your Leave. Best known for its refrain that we were singing along to just then.
We know it's on the right key, but that's the fault that counts.
It could be. Before that, we heard from a bit of Winterborn, Central Coast Indie Rockers with their 2020 hit single Long Distance Runner. Both those songs kind of sporting tunes because earlier on Raw, we celebrated the 25th anniversary of the Sydney Olympics and Paralympics. And boys, we actually, looking around the room right now, we all lived through that event, which is crazy to think about.
Yeah.
Some were more alive than others. Steve, what was your favourite memory of the 2000 Olympics?
Well, you are right about that. Yes, some of us actually do. Probably don't know about some people sitting next to me if they would be old enough to remember.
Yeah, you fossil.
Easy there, Jake Mercer. Easy there. Yes, no, we are celebrating that tonight. Probably what would I have to pick as my favourite moment of that Olympics? Well, oh my gosh, there's just so many to pick from, but I probably think the one that probably outstands the most has got to obviously be Kathy Freeman when she won her event.
Oh, dare I say the most iconic Australian sporting moment ever, not just in the Olympics. Excellent choice, Steve. How about you, Jamesy? Any memories from the Sydney Olympics stand out to you?
I remember Midnight Oil performing Beds Are Burning.
Oh, yes, at the closing
yes.
ceremony, I believe.
Yeah.
Yes, that was legendary as well. I love that in a musical sense. Jake, you may have been old enough to remember some of it at the time.
Yeah. So my favourite memory from this event was Ian Thorpe winning gold.
Oh, yes, classic.
Also at 17 years of age.
That's another good one, Jamesy.
A lot of people forget how young he was when he became a national sporting icon back then with his little bleached blonde hair. And yes, he won a couple of gold medals, the 400-metre freestyle and the 4x100 metre relay, which those events both happened on the same night, which is crazy. He just swam 400 metres by himself and then the anchor leg of a world record breaking and winning streak breaking relay against the Americans. You could say we smashed them like guitars.
Yeah, I remember. It's funny you bring up that reference, mate, because I was recently watching a flashback documentary that they were showing about the games on TV, probably a couple of weeks back now, and I remember they were talking all about that, how there was that rivalry between us and the Americans, and how, yes, that reference with, we're going to smash the Aussies like we smashed them. It's like we smashed guitars, man.
Yeah. Well, the thing that topped it off was America had not been defeated in that relay event for like 100 years before Australia did it in Sydney. So that made it all the more sweeter, and that iconic celebration of the air guitars. Brando, bring it home. What's your favourite memory from the Sydney Games?
I'm going to bring up more Paralympics, as I might butcher this name, but it was Louise Salvage.
Close. Louise Savage.
Savage, yes. Wheelchair racer. This was her last game before moving to coaching, which she won 2 golds and 1 silver.
That's right.
Damn.
Louise Savage, by the way, friend of the show, interviewed her on Raw a couple of years ago, and she actually not only competed at the Paralympics, but there was a demonstration event at the main Olympics, which she also won in front of 100,000 people.
Whoop whoop.
I
Nice.
know, right? Friend of the show, performing very nicely. Closer to home and closer to the current day and age, on the weekend there was another massive Australian sporting event,
Yeah, I'm excited for this.
which was UFC 322, if I'm not mistaken, James.
Yes, you got that right, actually.
Oh, go me. Myself and you and our mate Etho, we went down to Sunny Coast Leagues to watch it. The Aussie Jack Della Maddalena was defending his welterweight crown. Unfortunately, it was a
Yeah.
bit of an anticlimax, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah. And the whole entire show was really good until up to that point because we were having KOs after KOs after KOs in the fights. Most of it ended in the first round. It's just, the last 2 fights was more like went by decision, especially the main event. Like it kind of put a bit of a damp on the card. Like I think I remember seeing Ethan nearly fell asleep because it was that boring.
And you're on your phone, right?
Yeah, it was.
Our hopes were very high, weren't they? Because we saw 4 straight knockouts, and then the 2 actual championship fights were just a bunch of hugging.
Yeah, hugging on the ground, sitting on the top of each other.
Pretty much. It really
I'll give
was.
Jack credit. Like, he was able to defend a lot of submission attempts from Islam Makhachev, and Islam was really good on the ground. But yeah, like throughout the whole entire fight, you can tell Islam was going to win. We're like, in fair play to him, like he's dominated the lightweight division and he's now welterweight champion. But yeah, the fight could have been a lot better.
Couldn't help but notice also, sorry, that's a bit quite loud. Couldn't also help but notice, boys, because I was watching a bit of the fight myself yesterday in Sydney, and I think probably out of all the earlier fights that happened, I think probably the girls was one that probably was the most entertaining for me.
Yes, yeah, and not to mention the knockouts that were one after the other, which no one expected. All of them came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And yeah, unfortunately, Australia's newest UFC champ already has lost his belt. Islam Makhachev is now a two-time champion in
That's how
different
the sport
categories.
goes.
Yeah, and he's also tied with Anderson Silva for most straight wins.
Not just yet. He's one or two wins away, but he's already beaten Kamaru Usman's record.
Well, there you go. Do you reckon he can break Anderson Silva's record?
I reckon he could, because I think his next fight against Ilia Topuria, that will be a really tough fight. And then I think he'll have one or two more fights, and then after that he'll wrap it.
I love that. Well, it'll be really interesting to see what happens in the near future on that case, and hopefully Jack Della Maddalena can get himself back up there again in the near future. No Mariners game on the weekend because of the international break. The Socceroos went down 1-0 to Venezuela, unfortunately, but this weekend the Mariners are coming up against the scum of the West, the Western Sydney Wanderers. Before we take a quick break, can we get a quick score prediction from each of you, Jamesy?
So I'm predicting 10-0 Mariners beating.
Go to Mariners, that's me too.
Yeah.
10-0 Mariners. That will be accurate, I hope. Steve Wheatley?
Well, before I give you my prediction, there actually was some action in the A-League, mate. It was out of the Women's A-League, though. And
yes.
the Mariners girls, unfortunately, they lost to the other scum of south of the border, Melbourne Victory. But that's okay. I'm sure the girls will bounce back in better and tougher form. But as far as my prediction for this weekend's game goes, I am going to say 2-1.
I like that Mariners way, of course.
Yes, obviously.
Okay, I would have hoped so. And Jake Mercer,
Ooh, I'd say probably 3-0.
3-0 Mariners or West?
Just to stir the pot, I'm going to go against the Mariners.
Alrighty, well, that's
Leave the studio right now, Jake Mercer.
So that was
I'm
Jake's
kidding,
last-
boys. I'm kidding, boys. Obviously, up the Mariners. Come on.
Yeah,
We're all coasties
good
here.
job.
I was about to say that's the last you'll hear of Jake Mercer tonight, which is quite a coincidence because it's time for us to take a quick break. But coming up, the segment that makes you bet against the Mariners against their mortal enemy. Jake's good vibe of the night.
Oh, yeah, he's on his way.
He's on his way to Western Sydney, apparently. But this is Jake's Good Vibe of the Night, the segment where he dives deep into his own personal playlist, pulls out an amazing song or two that he thinks has amazing vibes, and slaps it out there on the Coast FM airwaves, hoping that Troy from Asquith, for example, and a bunch of your mates that are listening in right now that texted in too, Jake.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, they're listening in right now and probably laughing at me.
They might be laughing at Brandon not being able to see a single band in Newcastle. But what song do you have for us this evening?
So it seems I've gathered a reputation of having a very eclectic taste in music, and I absolutely am continuing that tonight with a song by a artist called Troy, and the song is called Virgo.
Well, it's quite funny because we literally interviewed a Troy on Raw tonight.
Yeah.
So was that inspired by our guest earlier?
I think it was just a very happy coincidence.
I think
I'd say so.
let's be real, it's Troy from Asquith. That's the inspiration.
Oh yeah, absolutely, 100%.
Yeah, our number one fan, actually, 100%. So this song, what's the kind of style of it, would you say, before
Well, it's synthy, it's poppy, it's very upbeat. It's got a little jazz and a little saxophone. It's very good.
You got me. You got me hooked. Yeah, well, man, now I'm officially very excited to hear this song. Without further ado, Jake's Good Vibe of the Night is
Virgo by Troy.
Coast FM 963. You're on Raw and More. Brando here with you, and that was Jake's Good Vibe of the Night. Which was?
Well, it was a song by Troy called Virgo. And I told you, boys, the vibes are immaculate.
the sax solo was immaculate
I was
too.
going to bring that up.
Can I just ask, was that released this year?
I believe believe so, yes.
Strong contender for Sax Solo of the Year.
Yes, but till then, here is...
Two songs, they sound exactly alike.
Sing it, boys.
Yes, these are two songs.
What are they?
And they are sound alikes. Hey Steve, what is it with these two songs again?
They're songs that are like each other, Eddie?
Oh, and I'll go steal the intro this time.
No.
That's right, you looked
Damn,
at me like...
Brando.
Hey, don't be jealous because I nailed it the first time.
with James's help. But anyways, on Sound Alikes, we like to play two songs, one that is the original and one that may or may not take a bit of inspiration, and it's up to my team of sleuths right here to see if it's done legally or illegally.
Naughty, very legally not great success.
no.
So, Angus, how confident are you?
Well, I think I'm on a losing streak at the moment in this segment, being on this side of the desk and actually answering the questions. But yeah, I feel a lot of pressure to even up my record and make it 2 out of 4, I believe, if I get it right tonight. So yeah, pressure's on.
Yeah, but it's still time for a redemption. So to start things off, here's this 1974 hit by the New Seekers is I Like to Teach the World to Sing. Happy sleuthing. Coast FM 963, you're on Raw and More, and we're currently in the midst of our Sound Like segments where we play two songs. One as the original, which was I Like to Teach the World to Sing by the New Seekers, and what you just heard there was the sample of sorts, which had a similar guitar melody and vocal melody, which was Shake and Maker by Oasis. And now, new rule since last week, Steve was decided to be on the fence, which that's now not allowed. Steve, how you feel about that?
I'm not happy about it.
So you're forced to answer your worst fear is coming true, Steve.
Yes.
So anyways, while the songs were playing, on Team Legal, we have James O'Brien, Jake Mercer, and Stephen Wheatley. Boys, what is the reasoning behind your answer?
Look, I'm actually not 100% confident.
Shocker.
Steve Wheatley not being confident if her song's been done legal or illegal? Wow, that's something totally new. Look, I think to my ear, the song sounds very similar, very alike, I guess you could say.
No pun intended.
No, or is there? But the difference probably is, though, is just where the original sounds more faster. The one by Oasis sounds more slower.
All right, I'm assuming that's why you guys say legal as well, Jake and James.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Yeah, I do remember one of the Gallagher brothers did say that they've copied some of the songs are copied by Beatles. So I imagine that like they wouldn't take the illegal route with the original of this song.
So you're saying that they openly admitted to ripping off other people's song, but you think this time they didn't?
No, so that they've copied some other songs from the Beatles, but they would have done that the legal way because I imagine you wouldn't like try to rip off the Beatles because they've got a bit more power.
Okay, fair enough. So Angus, you picked illegal. It's just you.
Well, you know what's funny? What James just said actually made me feel more confident about my answer. Yeah, I thought I'll take a leaf out of Steve's book and go out on my own, and
which Steve hasn't done this week.
No, he's gone with the others.
Steve wanted to be neutral, but someone wouldn't let him.
And Steve Steve said that far away from the mic, of course.
Yeah, classic. I'm going to go, illegal because, like James said, a lot of people early on in Oasis's career, and I was on the fence too before I asked, like, when it was released, and it was on their debut album, Definitely Maybe, when a lot of people were saying, oh, these young fellas, they're ripping off the Beatles, they're ripping off all these other bands. So I wouldn't be surprised if they obviously didn't get in trouble for the Beatles stuff, but if it was someone like the Seekers, for example, or the New Seekers. Wait, the New Seekers
The
related?
New Seekers, that's the name, yeah.
Are they related to the old Seekers?
That I do not know.
Well, it sounds like it.
Well, anyways.
Well, I'm going to go with illegal, yeah.
One of yous are right and one of yous are wrong because the sampling was done... illegal.
No! Yes, high fives to myself.
That's especially embarrassing because we have the Oasis super fan here.
I am not always a super fan. Thank you very much.
Who was the only person who went to their concert?
Because my mama got me tickets and you couldn't go.
Anyways, yes, it was done illegally. The New Seekers publisher actually sued them, and so they did win. And Oasis allegedly had to pay over $500,000 in legal fees, and had to change some of the lyrics because, like, this is like a remastered version. The original version actually had some of the lyrics.
Oh, no way.
Teach them well to sing.
Well, that got a bit
now
obvious.
I know why they didn't play the song in the concert.
We know I gotta give you mad applause, buddy. You know, like me, you took a massive leap of faith and went out on your own, and it was very great success for you.
Oh, thank you. And 50-50 success overall in my time on this side of the desk.
And yes, so your prize will be playing your good vibe of the night right after this.
And now it's time for a segment that'll make you want to shake it and make it. We call it Angus's Good Vibe of the Night. That's right. It's my good vibe of the night, a victory lap, if you will, after Sound Alike. So, yes.
Yeah.
In the segment where I dive deep into my own personal playlist, pull out a song or two that I think have immaculate vibes, slap out there on the Coast FM airwaves and hope that you, Stephen Wheatley, sitting opposite me right now, enjoy it as much as I do. Now, tonight we are, as we've been doing throughout all of November, celebrating Oz Music Month with a bunch of fantastic Australian tunes. And in front of us right now, we have an Aussie indie rock band from, and I'm really sad about saying this, Melbourne.
That's a shame.
That are, unfortunately, despite the city they are from, are quickly becoming one of my favourite Aussie indie acts of the year. They're called the Bel Air Lip Bombs. I saw them at the start of the year performing with absolute favourite of mine, King Stingray. They supported them and have gone on to release their second album called Again, which is quite a funny name for a sophomore album, I must say. And they've got some really lovely, almost classic sounding, good old-fashioned Australian indie garage rock in a way as well. A lot of their tracks are not appropriate for radio, but I've found one off the album that I really adore. That is, it's called Back of My Hand, and it's a beautiful love song, and I hope you like it like it's the back of your hand. Without further ado, this is my good vibe of the night, the Bel Air Lip Bombs with Back of My Hand. Paint me silver indeed and chuck me in a pond because it's Coast FM 963, Roar and more, Angus Hamill and all the boys.
The boys.
Yeah, the boys. That right there was Angus's Good Vibe of the Night.
Was
At the top, we heard my main pick, which was the Bel Air Lip Bombs, band from Melbourne. I know, with a single from their latest album Again called Back of My Hand. Lovely tune. And that song you just heard was Perth-based psychedelic almost rockers Pond with their 2017 hit single Paint Me Silver. Fun fact about those guys, in case the vibe of that track sounded very familiar to you, it's because to create the album it was on, they collaborated with a man named Kevin Parker, who you might know better as the face behind Tame Impala. Did you know it was just one guy?
Did you know that, Steve?
No, I did not.
And also collaborator with Maroon 5 as well, fun fact.
In that case, they can pay me silver anytime.
I'm kidding, Steve. I'm kidding. But Kevin Parker and Pond are no strangers to the Hottest 100, and it's coincidentally time for our Hottest 100 challenge. At the back, I asked you guys to give me a year. Jamesy, what year did you come up with?
2013.
Steve?
Well, I picked the year that we were celebrating earlier tonight because of the Sydney Olympics, the year 2000.
I love that. Anthem for the year 2000 indeed.
Yes.
Brando, what year did you pick?
2024.
And you know we had that last week, right?
This is for the songs that didn't make the top 100.
Very smart. And Jake, for variety's sakes, what did you pick?
About 2001.
We chucked all those years on a wheel and it landed on James's year of 2013, which
Indeed
is pretty
it is.
nice. So because it's Oz Music Month, we're going to be doing this a little bit differently. In front of us right now are 3 songs I've handpicked from the Hottest 100 of 2013. All of them are by Australian artists, but they charted all over the place in the Hottest 100. When we come back, same business as usual. It's up to you guys to figure out which of these tracks charted the highest. Starting off with Aussie indie electronica darlings. This is Empire of the Sun, and this track is called Alive. Sing it, James.
Sing it, Angus.
On we march to Coast FM 963. You'll be listening to Roar and More with me.
I don't think that those are the lyrics, guys.
That's not the words, Angus.
I thought the station manager said no more off-key singing.
She didn't rule out a cappella on but you're on Coast FM 963. Roar and More. Angus Hammer with you, with Jake Mercer, Brandon Macmillan, Steve Wheatley, and James O'Brien. Been a hot minute.
It has.
We just heard 3 songs that charted in the Hottest 100 of 2013 by iconic Australian artists. Before we get to the songs we heard, James, you're our kind of resident sleuth at this point of fun facts. You've got some fun facts about the year that was 2013.
Oh, yeah, so I've got a couple of fun facts, and alongside Stephen Whitley as well. So my first fun fact that this was the same year that the 7-time Tour de France winner Lance Armstrong admitted to doping during all the wins on Oprah Winfrey.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's the same year.
Wow.
But on the
7-time no more.
Yeah, and it was also the same year that Microsoft purchased Nokia for about $7.2 billion.
Wow. Do you have that just laying around in your back pocket?
I wish I did.
You and me both.
Also, Stephen, what some fun facts you've got?
So in 2013, Jamesy, that was the year that Xbox One and PlayStation 4 consoles were released.
Yeah.
Oh, and GTA 5.
And also, like, one more, Metallica was the first band to have performed all 7 continents when they held a concert in Antarctica, of all places.
Antarctica.
Yeah,
That's
Wait a
amazing.
December.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
There's a lot of penguins I know that are massive fans of Metallica.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure there are a lot of
I don't
polar
know, man.
bears
I reckon,
too. Yeah.
I reckon they would have got a cold reception.
That was a very nice joke from you there, Jane. But yes, we just heard 3 songs from the Hottest 100 of 2013, all by Australian artists. It's up to these guys to figure out which one charted the highest. At the top, we heard from a legendary electronic act, Empire of the Sun, with Alive. In the middle, we heard legendary indie rock outfit, The Preachers, with Is This How You Feel? And then the song you just heard was an indie rock band that just performed at Light Up Festival here in Gosford, Birds of Tokyo with Lanterns. Boys, what song charted the highest?
It's Lanterns, obviously.
What makes you say that? It's obvious.
It was going to be Empire of the Sun, but bad luck Steve here picked that one, so, you know, that's a
I
sinking
see
ship
how
right
it
there.
Wow, who would have thought Brando would be the one making a water reference?
Very funny.
I mean, I also picked Lanterns, but only because that's the song I remember the most out of the 3.
That's fair. It was massive back in 2013, wasn't it? I remember it was used at my sister's year 6 graduation. So, yeah. Jake, are you going the same route? Are you going a bit different? Maybe ranch out on your own, take all the glory?
It was tough to pick because I was so confident with Empire of the Sun, because that song Alive was just everywhere. But it's like same thing with Lanterns. I was just like, yeah, I'm going with Empire of the Sun.
Oh, okay. Okay. He's going out on his own. Steve Wheatley, bring us home. What are you going to go with?
Yes, well, as Brando already gave it away, I'm going to be going with Empire of the Sun too, because they were still very popular back then, the band. And if they do not win this, if this is not correct, if me and Jake are not correct, well, we're going to be taking Brando on a boat on the weekend.
All right. Well, Brando might need to get his life jacket on. You never know.
I do not confirm this.
Well, I can confirm the song that charted the highest out of those 3 was, in fact... It was actually The Preachers.
Oh, so none of us got that right.
No one got it right. It was
At least there's no boat for me.
no. Well,
You were worried there, buddy.
Actually, can we rewind? I think it was if we get this wrong, like if Steve got this wrong, I think just specifically.
Look, Steve's always wrong, okay?
Well, yes, The Preachers, Is This How You Feel? It came in at number 9 on the Hottest 100 of 2013. So the highest out of those 3. Out of the 2 songs you picked, which charted the lowest, do you reckon? Save your face a little bit here.
Alive is the lowest.
Correct. Alive by Empire of the Sun.
No vote for Brando.
There
feel
you
a bit
go.
better at least.
That came in at number 30, and Lanterns by Birds of Tokyo came in at number 22. So,
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
I know, right? I should have been higher. Another classic moment there. The local act that you expect to do well did not, as a matter of fact. But here is a local act that'll do very well tonight.
And now it's time for the local list. Brought to you by Homebrewed.
Yes, that's right. It's the local list segment brought to you by the Homebrewed Boys, Cameron Smith and Eamon Snow, who used to be in this very time slot. They're now doing their own thing, but they still send us a fantastic release by a Central Coast artist every single week. Tonight's pick comes to us from Eamon Snow. Floodlights, they're called, and they just released their third album called Underneath, making it 3 critically acclaimed albums from 3. Their latest single is called Tricky, and they picked up right where they left off, making clear that they won't be resting on their laurels. They draw more heavily on piano and synth elements, crafting a euphoric and emotive love song, which we've had a lot of tonight,
Yeah.
centered on the idea of letting go of the past and embracing the future with your person. Aww. It's yet another 5-star offering, and without further ado, tonight's pick for the local list is Floodlights with Tricky. Coast of M963, you're on Raw and More. That right there was tonight's pick for the local list. Floodlights with Tricky. And if you'd like to hear those guys live or see them live, if you really enjoyed that song, they just are about to embark on a tour of the New South Wales East Coast. They aren't performing on the Central Coast, but they have a show on November the 27th in King Street Band Room in Newcastle. And they're also playing November 28th at the Harbord Hotel in Manly. So, you know, you got options either side of the coast, and who knows, they might do something here soon in the near future. Find it on socials at Floodlights Band if you want to find out more as well. Coming up,
And now it's time we go in the internet side of things to find a tune that became popular through the world of social media. This is the trending tune of the week.
proud of you of that segue, by the way, Jamesy.
Oh, yes.
Smooth, man. Smooth.
Oh, indeed, so boys, indeed. So my trending tune or viral tune of the week probably goes from Radiohead, which you can't really call them one-hit wonders anymore, right?
Well,
Yeah.
They've never really been one hit wonder.
Yeah,
They always
it-
had like a cult following.
When they had their first single, it was technically a one-hit wonder.
Yeah, true. And
suppose.
there's a few songs that was underrated, but not so underrated anymore. So anyway, going to my trending tune, is this song I would say is probably the most trending tune of the year because of pop favorite of TikTok and Instagram, where everyone just makes sad edits of the things. Like, either it be like music, like movies, TV shows, or video games. I'm talking about "Let Down" by Radiohead. First FM 963, you're on Raw and More with James and the lads.
Yeah, boys.
So that was Let Down by Radiohead. So I want to ask the question, boys. If you were to make a sad edit or a sad video with that song, what would the theme be?
Well, personally, sticking in the atmosphere of Raw and More, I would put a caption saying, when Brando plays Cara's Flowers and then says it's Maroon 5.
Oh, yes, we have footage of that. Oh, that was priceless.
Steve had a great time that night, didn't you, Steve?
Yeah, it'd be like poor Steve getting poor traumatized.
He's been awfully silent.
Yeah, you just reminding Steve of just probably the worst night
You're
of his.
so overdramatic.
or when you have to go on a party boat for 3 hours.
Oh, yeah, that's the one.
Anyways, yeah, good.
When you have to go to Newcastle for 2 seconds.
The mic privileges has been removed. But yeah,
That was my trending tune of the week, Let Down by Radiohead. Good song as ever, so...
Reading, writing, who needs to do that? It's Steve's good vibe of the night. Oh yeah, that's right. It is time for my good vibe of the night, Coasties. The time of the night where I pick something out of my music collection, my song repertoire, slap it out there on the Coast FM Airways and hope that you, yes, you, Pat from Narara, who called in just a few minutes ago. Good to hear your voice again this week, mate. I was getting a bit worried when we didn't hear from you there last week.
Yeah, exactly. Like, we were a little worried.
I know, we were like, Paddy not calling in on a Monday night.
It's good that we heard from the man, the myth, and the legend.
Oh, absolute emphasis on legend.
yeah, shout outs to you, Paddy.
That's right. Well, guys, speaking of legends, now I was going to tell you boys about this at the very start of the show tonight. So, you probably would have noticed from our little group chat that we have there, I actually had a bit of an interesting experience on the weekend.
Oh, yes,
I was
yes.
down there in Sydney at Accor Stadium, and went to see a couple of these bands. Now, I don't know if you guys have heard of them before. They sound pretty good. They might be pretty good one day and sell a few thousand records. Evanescence and Metallica were the name of the bands. And
Who's that?
You haven't heard of them.
Jake Mercer, have you been living under a rock for the last however many years? So, quick funny story, guys. How it came about I was actually able to go see those two bands play on the weekend was I had a family member who gave me a ticket to go with him and a couple of other people to Accor Stadium to watch the band. And we were sitting in, I believe they have this room there. They call it a corporati box there at Accor Stadium. So we were there having some delicious food, some nice cold beverages, watching Amy Lee and James Hesfield and all the rest rock out. And guys, I gotta say, it was a great night had by all. And speaking of great times and legends and all things had by all, Steve's good vibe of the night is what you would probably say is Australia's hardest rock band. It is none other.
Akadaka boy.
It doesn't get much heavier than Akadaka. So here it is, Steve's good vibe of the night. It is AC/DC with Shoot to Thrill.
Oh, how good's a bit of hard rock on Coast FM 963? That right there was Steve's good vibe of the night. Well, that was none other than Australian band AC/DC with their song there, Shoot to Thrill. And actually, as well as being my good vibe of the night, boys, that's actually a bit of a dedication and a bit of a song request to my dad, Butch Wheatley, who's listening at Avoca tonight. So, a bit of a dedication for him. Butch, what a legend. And I love the story of you being in the corporate box for Metallica. Like, trust them to put the blind guy the furthest possible distance.
How can we make it more experience for the guy that's only got one eye? Let's put him furthest away from the stage if
Let's put them in
possible.
the nosebleed areas.
But hey, being catered to, that's quite the bonus. And we're going to cater with you because that's it for us tonight. Mondays with the A's is not happening after the 9 o'clock news. But we have an hour of absolute classic hits. Starting off with this one, a bit of Johnny Farnham with You're the Voice. This goes out to Ben Brown, who called in asking for a request. We'll be with you for more Raw and More, same time next Monday. Hope you have a great week, and that's goodbye from us.
See you next week, Casey.